How do you deal with everyday life, the challenges? Okay, these are all like important principles, but what do we do about this stuff that's bombarding us, negative news, this and that? Everything I said is absolutely connected to that. So what I'm saying is, someone might listen to this and say, okay, that's all great, that's stuff you do in the masjid, but then what do I do about this? But that's my whole point. Everything that I said right now is absolutely intimately connected to how I'm dealing with all that. See, the Prophet ﷺ, when he said, let me give you an example. When he said that the people will soon come together to attack you, like people call one another to eat from their dish. And then the companions asked, is it because we will be small in number? And he said, no, you will not be small in number. But what will happen is that Allah will take the fear of you out of the hearts of your enemy, and in your heart will be something called wahan. And he said that you will also be like the froth on the ocean. You know, on the ocean there's just these little like bubbles. It has no power, no determination. It just goes wherever the tide takes it. And he said this disease that's in the hearts of the people, that's what's going to make them weak politically. Because he says your enemies are going to attack you. That's a political situation, right? That's a political circumstance, and it's external. But he's linking it to the internal. He's linking it to this disease called wahan. And what does he define it as? حُبِّ الدُّنْيَا وَكَرَاهِيَةُ الْمَوْتِ. It's the love of dunya and the hatred of death. So we can't actually separate these things. That our condition outside is connected to our condition inside. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. That Allah doesn't change the condition of a people until they change what's inside themselves. I'm not talking that we don't work, or we don't do activism, or we don't get involved. Of course we do. We do. But we cannot neglect the internal work, because all the external work in the world will not be effective if we're not working inside. That's what the ayah means. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah doesn't change the condition of a people. We can do all the activism and political work that we want. We can bang our head against every wall, and we can try to be involved in every campaign, and absolutely nothing will change until we change ourselves. And that's my point. I'm not saying we only do one. I'm not saying we only read Quran in the masjid and do our adhkar. That's not it. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying without that, we're never going to see change. And it is not enough to just do activism. And it is not enough to just be involved in that campaign and this. It's not going to change our condition until I change inside. And so we have to do both. We actually have to do both. There has to be people working at different levels, but every single individual, this is a fard ayn. The fard ayn, the individual fard obligation, is the internal work. Yes, there's going to be people working external, this person's doing this job. We all have different roles, but the role that every single one of us has a fard ayn, like an individual fard, is internal. The tazkiyah, the purification and feeding of the heart and the soul, is something every single person needs to do. And when we start to change and purify ourselves inside, our entire condition will change. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises. But it won't happen until we do that. And if we continue to